Breaking NFL update. The Falcons and Buccaneers just delivered another intense matchup with major playoff implications. Momentum swings, clutch plays, and game-changing mistakes shaped this one, and fans from both sides are buzzing about what this means for the NFC race. Stay right here, because we're breaking down everything you need to know in this latest Falcons versus Buccaneers update. The Falcons and Buccaneers entered this matchup with a lot on the line, and from the very first drive it was clear that both teams came ready to fight. Tampa Bay opened the game with confidence, moving the ball effectively and setting the tone with a balanced defensive attack. Their quarterback looked sharp early, making quick reads and delivering accurate passes that kept Atlanta's defense on its heels. Atlanta responded with flashes of strong play, showing that they had the tools to compete. Their first few drives had moments of promise, a strong run, a well-timed pass, some good yardage after the catch. But the recurring issue was the same one fans have seen all season: consistency. Just when the Falcons started building momentum, a negative play or missed opportunity stalled the drive. Whether it was pressure on the quarterback, a missed block, or miscommunication on a route, those small errors added up quickly. Tampa Bay, on the other hand, took advantage of nearly every opportunity they were given. Their offense maintained a steady rhythm, mixing short throws with effective rushing plays. They didn't rely on anything flashy. Instead, they focused on executing simple, clean football. That approach helped them dominate time of possession early, which kept Atlanta's defense on the field and wore them down drive after drive. One of the first major turning points came midway through the first half, when the Buccaneers defense came up with a big third down stop. Atlanta had a real chance to tie the game or even take the lead, but Tampa Bay's front seven came crashing through the line, forcing the quarterback into an off-balance throw that fell incomplete. That defensive stand gave the Buccaneers momentum, and they quickly flipped it into points on the other side of the field. Atlanta kept fighting, though. Their receivers found space on the outside, and their running game delivered a few bursts that reignited the crowd. But every time the Falcons found their footing, Tampa Bay responded. Whether it was a clutch defensive pass breakup or a key sack on second down, the Buccaneers always seemed to have an answer. A particularly tough moment for the Falcons came on a deep shot down the field where the receiver had a step, but the throw was just a bit too long. That play could have changed the complexion of the game, but instead, it became another missed opportunity for Atlanta, and Tampa Bay took full advantage. On the very next possession, the Buccaneers pieced together one of their best drives of the game, moving down the field methodically before punching in another score. As the game moved into the later stages, the pressure increased for Atlanta. Their offense had no choice but to open things up and take shots downfield. While this did lead to a couple of explosive plays, it also resulted in risky situations. Tampa Bay's secondary tightened up, anticipating deeper routes and reading the quarterback's eyes. The Buccaneers forced the Falcons into uncomfortable third-and-long situations, and the pressure from the defensive line forced hurried throws. The biggest swing of the game came late, when Tampa Bay forced a turnover deep in Falcons territory. That turnover was the kind of mistake that playoff-caliber teams punish, and the Buccaneers did exactly that by capitalizing with another touchdown. It was a momentum punch that Atlanta couldn't fully recover from, and Tampa Bay built on that momentum to control the pace for the rest of the game. Even as the Falcons tried to mount a comeback, Tampa Bay played smart football. They slowed the tempo, relied on the run game, and let the clock work in their favor. Their ability to manage the lead, avoid unnecessary risks, and stay disciplined is what ultimately separated them in this matchup. Several players stood out in this game. Tampa Bay's quarterback played one of his most efficient games of the season with smart decisions and well-placed passes. Their top receiver made clutch plays, finding soft spots in the defense and turning small gains into important first downs. Defensively, Tampa Bay's pass rush was relentless, constantly pressuring the Falcons' quarterback and forcing quick, off-target throws. For Atlanta, there were bright spots despite the loss. Their young receivers continued to flash potential with strong route running and ability to gain separation. Their running game, when given room, produced meaningful gains that kept them competitive early. But the inability to string together full drives, along with costly mistakes and defensive breakdowns, kept Atlanta from taking control at any point in the game. As the final whistle approached, the Buccaneers' discipline and execution ultimately made the difference. They controlled the pace, protected the football, and delivered key plays at the most important moments. This win gives Tampa Bay a significant boost in the NFC playoff race, strengthening their position and building momentum as the season moves deeper into its most critical stretch. For the Falcons, this game adds more pressure. If they want to remain in playoff contention, they will need to fix the inconsistencies that continue to hurt them, particularly on third down and in the red zone. Their talent is there, but until they convert that talent into sustained execution, games like this one will continue to slip away.